While introverts are often known for their strengths, such as their introspective nature and ability to listen, there's a lesser-known side to their personality that's often overlooked. In this video, we'll explore the hidden struggles of introverts, from their tendency to overthink and dwell on negative emotions to their fear of social interaction and tendency towards isolation. As Laurie Helgo once said, introverts are often described as quiet and reserved, but they also have a dark side that few people see. So, let's dive in and shed some light on this often misunderstood personality trait. 1. They love their alone time so much that they end up ignoring and even alienating their family and friends for it. While it's true that introverts value their alone time and often need it to recharge, it's important to recognize that excessive isolation can lead to negative consequences. When introverts prioritize their need for solitude over their relationships with loved ones, they risk becoming disconnected and distant from the people who matter most to them. This can cause feelings of loneliness and ultimately result in strained relationships or even estrangement. It's important for introverts to find a balance between their need for alone time and their need for connection with others, in order to avoid the dark side of introversion where they end up alienating those around them. 2. They overthink about every little thing, and this ends up making them and everyone else around them miserable. Analysis paralysis is a common term used to describe the tendency of some introverts to overthink and obsess over even the smallest details, leading to feelings of anxiety and indecision. This can cause them to withdraw from social situations and become isolated, further exacerbating their negative feelings. Their perfectionism and fear of making mistakes can also make them difficult to work with, as they may be overly critical of themselves and others. Ultimately, this can lead to a sense of misery for both the introvert and those around them, as they struggle to find a way to break out of their negative thought patterns. 3. They lose their individuality since they absorb the opinions and emotions of the people around them. Introverts, if not careful, may become too influenced by the opinions and emotions of others, leading to a loss of their own individuality. This can happen because introverts tend to be more sensitive to social cues and may prioritize harmony over expressing their true selves. As psychologist Laurie Helgo once said, "Introverts live in two worlds. We visit the world of people, but solitude and the inner world will always be our home." This quote highlights how introverts may feel torn between their need for social connection and their natural inclination towards introspection and solitude. 4. They can be very stubborn and inflexible, and once they have decided not to do something, nobody can change their mind. This perception may stem from the introvert's tendency to carefully consider their decisions before making them. Once they have made a decision, they may be difficult to persuade otherwise, which can be seen as a negative trait in situations where flexibility is required. However, it's important to note that introverts have their own unique strengths and perspectives. It's unfair to judge them solely based on extroverted standards of behavior. Instead, understanding and valuing these differences can help to maximize introvert strengths. 5. They tend to suppress their emotions a lot, which more often than not leads to destructive outbursts. Introverts are often praised for their introspective and contemplative nature. However, when their emotions are suppressed, they can become a ticking time bomb. The dark side of introversion is that they may bottle up their feelings until they explode in destructive outbursts. This can be detrimental to both the introvert and those around them. It's important for introverts to find healthy ways to express and process their emotions, rather than keeping them bottled up inside. Failure to do so can lead to damaging consequences that could have been avoided if they had only spoken up.